Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Palantir investors have been speculating if they will win all or most of that £480 million NHS Federated Data Platform contract or for the FDP. We've gotten a few metrics that were made public on how Palantir is improving the NHS, and I want to add more color to why these should be given more weight and probably has deeply influenced the decision for them to possibly go with Palantir. I work in the healthcare technology industry as an analyst, and my primary responsibilities is actually building baseline and performance metrics on claims data. And that's to see if medical interventions are actually producing results, so I want to bring my experience and understanding to help relay this to folks who are outside of healthcare. So here are all those metrics. So getting it all consolidated, the Improving Elective Care Coordination for Patients program is the name of this first pilot. This is focused on improving care coordination, so think of this as admins working to make the schedules better, making sure we have medical professionals on staff, and making sure our caseloads are managed correctly. But here are the benefits listed for the Chelsea Westminster Hospital, and I'll go into each one of these into more detail around their impacts. First, 79% of patients on waiting lists have been assessed at least for accuracy, and that actually led to 27,200 patients being removed from the list. For example, if they no longer need their procedure. Assessment of patient accuracy sounds like a no-brainer, and obviously you want to get it right the first time to avoid double work, but to do it at scale, obviously that's a whole nother issue. Palantir is just being introduced, so why not take the opportunity to clean up what your old processes were taking care of or were trying to do. Running through 79% of the list, that's probably tens of thousands just based on the output, if not hundreds of thousands of patients long, is a chore onto itself. We don't know the percentage-wise of the reassessed patients are that 27,000, but we know it's a long list already from that. And what's the long-term impact of this? Well, 27,200 removed from an old procedure list will allocate resources much better, of course. Now, if they can only do 50 procedures a day, that's 544 days of time saved. Or if they could do 100 per day, let's say, that's 272 days. Now, an even bigger deal that no one mentions is that once Palantir is used to clean up this list, maybe going forward, the list will not grow as large because of the better accuracy. Next, we have the 3,507 patients that have been reprioritized to date. Now, I think this is even better than the actual list from the first benefit, because even though it's smaller at 3,507 patients, the reprioritization actually is something that is continuous forever. So reprioritization should hopefully under Palantir become a live process that is malleable to internal and external events. Say a natural disaster, changing schedules, ramp up in hiring, or even how the patient's condition has changed. If you're getting sicker, you should be seen sooner. And if you're better or only need a telehealth call, then everyone wins in that situation. Then next is the 3,279 theater actions have been created. That's in order to manage patients through the 642 process. So that's actually a model to improve operating theater productivity, safety, and patient experience. So I'll have a definition up here for you, but basically the 642 process is where you just want to make sure you have enough time for different kinds of events. So for annual leave, you want to have 6 weeks in advance. For surgical lists, you want to approve those 4 weeks in advance. And then for double checking their plans, 2 weeks ahead. This is really to make sure people are available as much as possible given their schedules, barring any emergencies. If their system is constantly being updated correctly with Palantir, then there should be no doubts when medical staff is approving any of these steps, and then they're truly going to be available. Next is waiting lists for 392 consultants have been managed through care coordination. This is where I hear dollars being saved because reliance on consultants means paying higher dollars per hour per FTE. If they can be replaced over time or actually expand their responsibilities because of taking care of their care coordination more quickly and accurately, then it's an overall win for the consultants too and the NHS. Next, there has been a 55% reduction of bookings canceled on the day due to missing pre-operative assessment from 2.89% to 1.29%. And this actually should be self-explanatory. It doesn't sound like a large amount, right? Almost 3%. Now raise the stakes for surgery. Patients need to be accurately informed on pre-operative instructions like not eating or drinking or avoiding certain drugs, anything that can affect those specific surgeries. It sounds very simple, but ensuring all patients for all types of surgeries at a certain time frame for the instructions and follow-up while being able to accurately contact them, so you need to have the right information, makes this a behemoth task. And the difference of 1.6% over thousands of surgeries, that can possibly have huge teams of multiple doctors, nurses, and equipment that's already been placed and ready for surgery, and if it's canceled last minute, you just save tens of millions of dollars because you're not canceling them. And then lastly, we have patients with suspected cancer, so this one is very highly publicized, had their first appointment on average 2 days sooner. So here's the one a lot of people are unimpressed by because it's only 2 days sooner for the first appointment on average. And that's not only for patients waiting, getting answers, workers and getting some peace of mind, but staff being able to more quickly act on assessing and diagnosing these patients more accurately. And at scale, this has a huge trickle-down effect because it more quickly filters through patients who need more or less attention, which brings much better, faster care to those who need it, and more accurately. And those are my thoughts regarding the benefits so far that the NHS has seen to Palantir. I really hope that they're able to win most of this contract so that healthcare workers can actually do their jobs more efficiently. And thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe to Palantir Research for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.